final featuring the Western Mustangs and the McGill Redbirds, presented by Belco Construction. At this time, we ask you to direct your attention to center field and the captain from McGill Redbirds to join us alongside Deputy Commissioner Tom Beliski. On behalf of the Brock Badgers and Brock University's Hodaya Genhouse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit Student Center, we are honored to present the McGill Redbirds with a traditional lacrosse stick as a symbol of our gratitude for your participation in the championship. This stick was handcrafted by Travis Gabriel, a Mohawk stick maker from Ronasaki, a community just north of Montreal. A proud member of the Wolf Clan, Travis has been carrying on the rich tradition of lacrosse stick making for the past decade. The long sticks crafted by the Mohawk people, one of the Haudenosaunee nations, are the ancestors of the modern lacrosse sticks we see today. The origins are deeply rooted in the Haudenosaunee tradition, where lacrosse is much more than a game. It is the creator's game, played from cradle to grave. We hope the stick serves as a reminder of the deep history and cultural significance of the game we are privileged to compete in. We wish you both the best of luck in the competition ahead. At this time, we would like to acknowledge the land on which we stand today as the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people. Fans, at this time, please rise if able and remove your cap for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to the 2024 Baggataway Cup. We are on semifinal Saturday. the Western Mustangs with a big win yesterday to advance as they downed the Ottawa GGs to set up a rematch with the McGill Redbirds of last year's championship game. That game was won 7-4 by Western. It was 2-1 at the half. McGill had lost some players. They were getting a little tired. They were playing their third game of the weekend. So in the second half, it was a 5-3 for Western, and that was a big difference. This year, McGill comes in as a top seed, and Western has had to play their way through a game to get in here. So we will see how that affects things, if at all. There's Jacob Hickey, who was fantastic yesterday, 6 goals in leading Western to their big win. He will set up as he is part of this outstanding midfield trio. They're very much a midfield-driven offense. This is Chris Dong. He can actually invert with Brooke. Pass gets away. They're going to call it a shot. And Western will retain possession. Here's Krista Silva, the third member of that trio. You can see them all lined up, those midfielders. Now, that's Connor Smith. He's also scored a ton of goals this year. The attack are good, but the midfield is what drives it here. And now they have it. That's Moshi getting that pass. Chance for De Silva, but it is knocked down. McGill in their first defensive stand of the Baggataway Cup made the one stop, got the ball, but now a chance, and it's just a little bit wide on that shot. It was a great opportunity. That was Max Brook getting that shot off. Starting goaltender for McGill is Joe Walsh, wearing the number 51 as they are in their white with the red trim. Back between the pipes for Western. No big surprise. They are going to continue to go with Fisher Stoltz. He was excellent yesterday. I think we're just waiting for the shot clock to get reinvigorated. So we play 4 15-minute running time quarters, stop time for the last 30 seconds of each quarter, and the first 3 quarters, 2 minutes stop time at the end of quarter number 4. And we are ready to roll. I think we just have the one shot clock on this side, just under the cameras. So we're not going to be able to see the shot clock. Here is Dong. Tries to duck underneath. Pretty well defended there. He does get the pass off to Murphy. Murphy stopped. And now McGill into the offensive end for the first time. Maverick Ozil hands it off. That little pass just got away a bit. Zach By, number 2. Keep your eyes on him. He has the ball right now. Led the league in scoring. He is a rookie, actually eligible and signed up to play in the Rookie All-Star game tonight. They are hoping he will not be available. They haven't officially decided. They're trying a little hidden ball trick that didn't work. I don't think McGill has officially decided, but I can't imagine if they are in the championship tomorrow that their rookies would play in the rookie game tonight. But Zach By, what a season. That's the first shot for McGill. It is off target. It'll be scooped up, though, by Luke Dawick. Dawick hands it off. I saw Luke's dad, Jamie, in the stands arriving a little while ago. He's ready to roll. Dressed in layers, as is appropriate for this windy afternoon. It's kind of swirling today. It's not ripping like last night was, just left to right. Don't think it'll have much impact on the ball, as some of the passes were impacted last night. Western knocks that ball loose. So far, nobody able to come up with it. Huge collisions going after them. Now we're going to have a loose ball push called on McGill, so Western will get possession. Brooke picks it up in the corner and gets it back over. That was Mason Doshi, 21. He's a rookie, one of the guys on the roster for tonight's Kufla Rookie All-Star game. Will be streamed here on Brocktv. Down the wing is Blake Booth. He'll get it back from Doshi. Chris Dong, great tournament yesterday, a great game yesterday. Push it deep to Brooke. Works his way through a check from Logan Glick, veteran McGill defender. Now you've got Christopher Coran up at the top, trying to cover Dong. That one's wide. Western's going to get possession again. And Blake Booth will come back out. Brooke, long pass. It bounces off of Murphy. Ball still loose. Eventually they come away with it. And on the run and ripping. What a chance there for Preston Norris, the LSM. Another one of those McGill veterans who's been so good for so long. Swinging out. There's the first goal of the game. And a prone celebration by Zachary Bai. What a finish for Bai. They had Dylan James last year. He would run for Max. He was one of the top scorers. He was the league's MVP and scoring champ. This year, they just replaced him with the rookie, Zach Bai, as James went off to do Teachers College at Trent. Had a great year there, but Zach Bai just steps in, the Connecticut native. Absolutely dynamic. What an electric opening to this game. It's 1-0 McGill. Face-off violation, so Western will take possession. Liam O'Dwyer with the ball, hands it off. Doshi changes direction, heads over, hands it off to Dong. He's out deep, just waiting there to be joined by De Silva. We'll get it back. Hickey's in the slot. Being watched pretty carefully by Preston Norris. After the sock trick that Hickey had yesterday, everyone paying attention, but I mean they were anyway, and anybody else can step up on this offense. There's a shot, it is blocked. Scooped up, nice grab by Benjamin Busby, and Busby will take off. Sprinting up into the offensive zone. Long strides covering a lot of ground, and they push the pace. Thinking about having a chance, decides to slow it down. Dalwick just waiting for the change to get completed. Now he'll flip it up to the top. And here is Torsten Blodgett. Drive down the alley. They're going to flick it back to Doc behind the net and slow things down, reset. There's nothing there for Joshua Jewell, so he decided to just get it to X. Now Dalwick trying to create. Nice pass out. Spins. Hard shot, but right into the stick there of Fisher Stoltz. That pass gets knocked down by the forecheck of Bai, but they get it back to Stoltz. He's going to head to the far side and try and move things forward. Here comes Michael Wilson. Gets it to Hickey. It's an over and back. Hickey looked up, first frustrated, and then realized, yep, there's the center line, stepped over. And McGill with the ball, and they're going to look to try and extend this lead. We're 7 minutes into the first quarter. Zach Bayou had 31 goals this year, along with 20 assists for 51 points. What a season in the 10-game regular season schedule. Or so that's including the playoff game. 29 and 13 for 42 points in the regular season. They spin, get it back out top to Alexander Erbstein. Erbstein repelled by Hickey. Dalwick pulls it down. Pretty good defensive positioning there. That was Chaz Leonard, number 2 on D, the short stick D midi. And the ball is turned over. Western going for a run. Sam Vanderzom will hand it off. He's going to stay up and play. Mostly a D midi, but he can definitely play up in the offensive zone. That's going to be a crease violation as Murphy landed inside the circle. And there's an outlet pass. We're going to see probably a bit more of that today from both teams, a longer passing game because of the wind. Again, not as much of a factor as it was yesterday. It was definitely making it difficult. You can see teams figuring it out as they went. Second semifinal today will be at 4 o'clock. That features the West #1 seed Guelph Griffins, who went 10-0 in the regular season. They are up against the Queens Gales, a huge win yesterday against the host Brock Badgers. That pass gets away. Is it going to be stopped? It is. Nicely caught there by Liam Milicic. Owen Howard moves it on. Here's Zach By. Going to switch hands, flip it down low. Moving it quickly. Dawick comes out from the top. The bottom scores. Dawick, great sweep, turf sweep. After that nice low-to-low just inside the post. Dawick makes it 2-0 for McGill. Between a pair of defenders, just protects the stick, drops the head of the stick and rips that one home. 2-0 McGill. McGill, or Western with possession. That was Aiden Colebrook. You're going to hand it off and settle things down a little bit. Aiden McLaughlin started to go, and now we're going to have an offside. You can see some confusion for Western. They were looking around at each other and realized they just had messed up their change a bit, and McGill will get possession of the ball. Dawick has it down along the right wing there. You get it top to Blodgett. Quickly around the behind the net. Dawick watched there by McLaughlin. The pass out front doesn't quite connect. Not sure if it was tipped or not, but it will be scooped up, and Blodgett pulls back, rips a hard one, but it is wide of the net. Dawick will scoop that one up out of the end zone. Zach By started to run in to meet him. Now he's going to cut across the top of the crease, and they will run a bit of a stack. Spread, that pass was knocked right back down. Went straight to Dawick. Blodgett gets it up to Erbstein. He's going to have a go. Oh, well defended. Ethan Gomes, part of that Western D that did quite well yesterday. Penalty coming to the Mustangs, who already trailed by 2. By trying to drive his way, shoots, scores! What a rip on the spin and switch to lefty by Zach By. An absolute rocket. The defender right on him if he'd stayed right, but he spins and switches and works out beautifully. I just get so much on that one. O'Dwyer back out to take this draw for Western. He'll be up against Sam McDonald. A great tournament last year, great season. A little discussion going on amongst the officials. Not sure if it's one of the McGill coaches over at the officials tent, or clearly something is being checked. We're talking there to Deputy Commissioner Tom Boleski, asking him to weigh in. Remember, we do have the other semifinals today at 4. Brock versus Queens. Brock versus Queens. Guelph versus Queens. Guelph, no question, they were the dominant team in the West, winning every game they played this year. Queens had a great game yesterday. They're going to be hard pushed to match the upset that they pulled yesterday. If it was, I mean, I think most people thought Guelph or that Queens and Brock would be a pretty good game. I don't know if people figured that Queens would beat Brock 10-3, as they did. Herbstein gets it, passes ahead, but can't connect. Penalty coming. Or not a penalty, but a minor interference call. And it will be McGill possession. Owen Howard trots into the offensive zone. Dawick to X. Here comes Mark Simon. Back to Dawick. Just complete the change. John Moralia, the last midfielder on. Ends it back over to Howard. Gets the pass down low. Didn't quite connect with Milicic. I think he had it for a moment, but got knocked out. Possession will go to Western. McGill retains possession. Milicic up top, backpedaling, then the pass across. We're going to get to Bai. He'll duck underneath. Switches back to just missing. Milicic had a great chance. Western has it. Some pressure by Milicic on the ride. It's going to roll over. And just getting out of there was Stoltz. They're running through. They're going to make it across center in the 20-second window. Great work by Vanderzon, but then McGill just surrounds him, strips the ball. They're going to say Bai came over center, so that's an offside call. He's going to have to go and serve 30 seconds. And Western, down by 3, will have a great opportunity to try to get on the board as they send their power play out. Dong to Brook, who's up at the top. Murphy rotates through. Silva flips it off. Hickey thought about it. Dong back to De Silva. Great ball movement, but then it's knocked down. Nice defense. There's a chance it's turned aside. Not sure if that was off the goalie or the post. That was definitely the goaltender, Joe Walsh, making that stop. Nice little lob outlet pass, and McGill. McGill celebrating. Something's happened behind the play. It's going to be a delay of game call. Was that on? Okay, hang on. It's on McGill. I thought that was a celebration from Benjamin Busby. He was actually expressing frustration, as is head coach Nick Subry of McGill. So 6-on-4 for the Mustangs. 6-on-5 now as the first penalty was released. But it continued. Power play, and they get one. Connor Murphy fires one that just trickles through Joe Walsh. Walsh gets a good chunk of it, but not quite enough. A little surprised he just spins and gets such a quick release. Sneaks it through the feet of Walsh. His power play goal makes it 3-1 during the final 38 seconds here of this first quarter. Clock does stop after goals. So we'll have the 38 seconds to play once. Play is blown in as it was there. And it's going to be Western ball. Can they close it to within a single goal? Hand it off to Hickey. And we're going to have a timeout. Chris Standish, the head coach, will call that one. So Western's going to see if they can sneak this one in. Timeout wraps up. Western has their play installed. They will start with the possession over near the near sideline. There's no cap on the ball. It's just the ball sitting there. Usually, I was talking about it yesterday. It's so cool that they put the cap on top of the ball to make it really clear where it is and point the brim of the cap towards the direction the ball is going. Nonetheless, Dong will start with possession for Western. They're still on the man advantage here. 29 seconds to go in the quarter. Pass off to Hickey. He's going to blast one. That's true as well. Hickey is rolling in today now. Another bouncer. They are looking low to try and get it past Joe Walsh, and it will work with 18 seconds left. Western on a bit of a run here. They can tie this up before the end of the quarter. McDonald pulls it out to himself, and he's going to hit it and see if McGill can get one back. Big foot save by Stoltz, and the Mustangs have it. This is a track meet for the final couple of minutes of this first quarter. Wilson just loses his stick, loses the ball, then his stick. Now McGill going to have the ball, but time will run out at the end of the first quarter. What a rush down towards the end. It is 3-2, Redbirds over the Mustangs. This is Baggataway Cup 2024, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2024 Baggataway Cup. on Lacrosse TV. I'm Steven Stamp, and it is 3-2 McGill. Western has been assessed a penalty during the 2-minute break between quarters, a procedure foul. So that means that McGill will now have a man advantage to try to respond to those pair of goals that the Mustangs put up late. Murphy and Hickey connecting in the final 38 seconds, just 20 seconds apart, both goals for Western. We've had a bit of a delay. It looks like we're still trying to work on the shot clocks. Somebody from the officials' tent coming across to the shot clock near us. I think he's going to pick it up and run it back to the far side. Yesterday we had a bit of a shot clock issue. We had the shot clocks in either corner, opposing corners of the field. And Brett Para, the head coach for Ottawa, sprinted down to the end zone to pick up one of the shot clocks and sprinted back to help set things up. That is the spirit of coaching in Kufla. There's some terrific coaches with these teams, put a lot of effort in beyond just the X's and O's. So 4 o'clock we will have the semifinal number 2. Guelph Griffins against Queens Gales. Hey, there we have a shot clock going. We have a couple of them happening. Yay. And 8 o'clock, Kufla Rookie All-Star Game, the East versus the West. Who do you like in that one? Should be interesting. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Sixes Showcase. Mohawk Mountaineers and the Milton Chaos. It's going to be a lot of fun. That will be on the Kufla YouTube channel. And then at 1 p.m., the championship game, the Baggataway Cup, will be awarded to one of the 4 remaining teams. We're almost ready. And McGill again will be on the man advantage. We're going to start with the ball up top with Erbstein. Zach Bai is at X. Oh, actually, sorry, we're 5-on-5. As there's still a bit of time in the Benjamin Busby penalty. Now they're going to be released, and now McGill does have a bit of time with the man up. We got Blodgett in there. He's going to hand it off. That pass doesn't connect. Blodgett comes away with it. Trying to drive through there is Jack Bamford. And that pass went out of bounds. McGill was trying to say it was tipped by a Western defender. The adjudication was it was not. So Michael Wilson fights his way up over center, spins, has to stay away from that center line. It's knocked loose. It was tipped, so it's no over and back. The ball went out off of McGill. So Hickey's going to take possession. Western with their purple jerseys. That long pass, a couple of hops across to Chris De Silva. Here's Dong. They come back up to De Silva. Connor Murphy is the man who just passed it to him. De Silva trying to create some separation. Solid defensive effort there from Busby. Here's Dong. McGill defender hands him off to Busby. Communication by the Redbirds. Hickey trying to recreate, and he does. All that work by Western, matched by matching effort by the Redbirds, but eventually Jacob Hickey just does it on his own, takes this pass. He's just going to trot across over to the far alley, protects the stick and the ball so well, bangs that one home, and we are tied up 3-3. Hickey with a pair of goals and an assist on those 3 goals by Western. We've got quite a battle. Remember last year in the final, it was 2-1 at the half. We already have 6 goals, and we've got 13 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Quick jump there. Must have been perfectly timed by Colbrook. It looked like he was on the ball as the whistle was still resonating. What timing. Ryan Badur trying to come away with it. Then he tried to goose it, but it's turned over. That's a big hit by Joe Walsh. That's a heads-up play, but it's not going to help in the long run. Western will get one. Aiden Colbrook. Aiden Colbrook with 2 goals in the regular season. It's clearly one of the biggest of his career right here. You can see the excitement he has given his club. A 4-3 lead. Procedure foul. McGill will take possession. Boy, they led 3-0 after 11 minutes. 3-0 with 38 with the final minute to go in the first quarter. It's been 4 straight goals by Western since then. Dawick lobs it up. Come near side to Erbstein. Joshua Jewell driving down the shoulder. That shot goes wide, and Dawick is there to back it up. He'll scoop one of the spare balls. Zach By in the slot. You've always got to keep an eye on him, and they have him being watched by Kaz Nozelski. Erbstein trying to get by, well defended there. That was Ethan Milroy. Mark Simon, a couple of reverses of direction, hands it off. Blodgett slowing things down, tries to get the pass through to By. He was covered, the pass gets away. And a nice short pass by Stoltz. Very poised with some pressure around him. And they're going to come across the field, get the ball to Gomes. That one's loose though, is it kind of behind the back, a little bit behind on Blake Booth. He's going to work and try and get it back now. And we have a timeout by McGill. As the coaches saw that they had some issues there, a little trouble for Lorenzo Costello, so wisely, after he fights his way over center, they take the timeout, 10:45 to go in the first half. It's 4-3 Western. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back at the Baggataway Cup 2024. Welcome back to Cross Friends. McGill with possession. We'll start in the stick of Erbstein along the near boards, quickly across, and Moralia just keeps it moving. Jewell drives down, gets a shot. He is liking that look from over there, but hasn't quite got it on target yet. Bamford fights his way out, she scores! Bam, bam, Bamford! What a play! Such great hands. He just fights his way through the check. Protects the ball, comes out, and great sidearm rip to the far side. We're all tied up at 4-4. That's a good timeout. Procedure call, and McGill will get possession. Immediately try to push it in. Doshi will take that pass, and they're going to pull it back out. There's nothing there for the fast break, so they'll set up the O. He's forced out of bounds. That's going to be McGill possession. Great defensive play there. Good job, Costello. Here's Zach By, penalty flag on the field. Might be another one, yeah. The stick got up into the face mask. McGill is making wholesale changes while they hold possession in the offensive zone. And By just hanging on to it. Behind the net, they get it up top to Erbstein. Gets a shot off. Oh, what a save. Squeezing it between the legs was Fisher Stoltz. That's a terrific stop. I don't know how you play net without more gear than that. But hey, kudos to anyone who is brave enough to get between the pipes and face those shots. So there'll be a pair of penalties for Western. Huge opportunity for McGill to keep the tide turned. They made the change, of course, but after McGill scored 3 goals, Western gets 4 in a row. And then Jack Bamford working his way out from behind the net, ties it up at 4. Can the Redbirds take advantage? They get it to By. One fake, pass across, it gets loose. Bamford tries to run over his defender. He is met with some resistance from Ethan Milroy. It's going to be By that comes away with it. Switches hands, he's got a spot over there, he's going to shoot, score! I was thinking he had Milicic open on the far side. He had himself open, and Zach By rips that one home. It's 5-4. It's McGill's turn to go on a bit of a run. That's 2 for them. The clock kept running after that goal, so they're just going to go, I think, add a little bit of time back on. So By with his second of the game. Oh, his third of the game. Sorry, he had 2 right in the first quarter. So 3 for By, 1 each for Dawick and Bamford. Hickey with a pair for the Mustangs so far. Connor Murphy and Aiden Colebrook with 1 each. We've got 8:52 to go here in the second quarter. Make some adjustments to the positioning of the player's sticks, and he's going to call a violation on Western. There's Aiden McLaughlin lining up for that draw. Never got the stick set to the satisfaction of the officials, so McGill with possession. Still a man up. Zach By behind the net. Rolls out, the pass, hard ripping and goal. Nice pass and then Blodgett just bludgeons that one in. What a finish. Goals 26 seconds apart for McGill. That's 3 in a row for them and a 6-4 lead. Now, can McGill keep the momentum going? Does Western turn it back around as they did the first time when they responded to McGill's opening salvo of 3 goals? With 4 of their own. 8.5 to go here in the first half.
Let's go, Johnny!
Extended face-off battle. Look at the work between Aiden Colebrook and Sam McDonald. And it's Colebrook that will come away with it. Loses the ball, he's kind of popped it up to himself, and he is flattened on the run now. Preston Norris. Nice pass ahead. By. You can see By just surveying his options. And it'll be Western taking over and heading forward. Michael Wilson. One hop pickup. We're going to have a pole shot just wide. Nice effort there from Liam McLeod. A great pass by Wilson. He got that one rolling. Western will retain possession. Connor Murphy lobs it up to Hickey about the 40-yard line on the football field. De Silva over to Dong. Hickey's going to come out to accept a pass, takes that. Brooke is slipping into the back door. Now he slides through the slot, tries to open some space. Dong starts to drive, but McGill, nice job rotating. Good team defense by the Redbirds. Dong's going to give it up and let De Silva try to generate something. He gets underneath, spins, passes it back up top. Hickey. That hard rip was just wide. Oh, and that's going to be danger for Joe Walsh, but he is able to get back in time. He is an active goalie. He is not afraid to get out and take part in the play, throw his body around. Oh, nice play, De Silva. We have seen that highlight before. Not that specific one, but De Silva weaving through traffic and then tucking the ball home. He is so elusive. Takes us a little pass, a couple of changes of direction. Just through everybody. Wow. Chris De Silva, great game. 6-5, it's a 1-goal game. Once again, 6.5 to go here in the first half.
Let's go, Slammer! Let's go, Johnny! Yeah, nice!
Another big battle between Colebrook and McDonald. McDonald's going to reach across. I think that'll be with holding on McDonald. Yeah, you see his stick come across the top of Colebrook. So Murphy looking to drive to the net. Angle's not there. No help yet. So they're just finishing up their change, getting the O out. Blake Booth takes the pass and heads over to the far side. Tosses it down to Doshi in the corner.
Let's go, Johnny!
Big stiff hit there by Busby. He's in a physical game today. That shot knocked aside by Joe Walsh. Western got it back though. Dong had to recover his footing. Gets a good shot off anyway. That one's wide. It'll be scooped up there. All the balls have been used from around that area right in the middle of the end zone. So Doshi's going to have to head over a bit towards the corner to get one back. Here's Dong. Quickly returns the pass. And Blake Booth Overhand rip, no problem for Walsh on that one. He's looking for his outlet. Gonna hit behind the net as there's nobody immediately open. Now he'll make the long pass ahead. Might have been tipped a little bit, but it will eventually make its way to Zach By. McGill still wrapping up their change. By will take his time and lob it up to the top to Erbstein. Blodgett looks to see who the last guy coming on is. It was Joshua Jewell, but they get it across now to Blodgett. Dawick, watch closely. Attentive D there by Vanderzam. Erbstein will give it up top to By. He sees something he likes. It's going to be an illegal pick. Trying to open up space. By was just letting that one fly. It went wide anyway. Dong takes the pass. A couple of fakes as he zips over center. Backpedals. Warding off with the left hand, then steps out of bounds. No one calling the ward, but Dong did step onto the sideline. That'll be possession McGill. Erbstein runs through a couple of checks. He gets up over center. You can see Murphy and Doshi both upset with themselves for not being able to stop him, but Erbstein had some momentum, was just a load as he came forward. Now he'll shoot. That one's wide. But both By and Simon are back there to back up. McGill will get the ball. Milicic moves it on quickly. Dawick. McGill taking their time. This is Owen Howard. Haven't seen a ton of him. He is out for this one. He tried to hit Milicic, doesn't connect. That one's going to go back over center. And it'll be Western possession. Murphy tries to feed the ball through. It doesn't connect. It might have been tipped. It's going to go over to Joe Walsh. Western had all their forwards well deep in the offensive zone. Nice attempt by Murphy. There's Dawick. But yeah, Western having their forwards so deep, it pulled all the defenders down. Didn't allow any of the McGill defenders to get up there and keep that ball onside, be reaching out over center. Milicic trying to break down, spins. Didn't work, so he's going to go back out to Zach By. Milicic shoots, scores! Off that left hip. Great shot just inside the far post, cross body and rips it. Liam Milicic, what a great finish. Make it 7-5, McGill up by a pair again. Milicic just switching hands and draws Stoltz a little bit over towards the near post. Sees that space on the far side and pings it in just inside the pipe.
Let's go, Johnny! Let's go, Knight! Let's go, Knight!
Early jump by McDonald on that one. And it'll be Western possession. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Mustangs trying to get their way back in. Not that they're out of the game, but get back into a tie. Murphy flips it up to De Silva. He's going to survey. Western being very patient. De Silva looking to get underneath. Shot, I think that went off of McGill. It doesn't matter as it goes out of bounds and it's backed up by Western. I think the McGill defender did get a tip on that one. Would have been Costello, I believe. Busby will come out onto De Silva. That's quite a matchup. You got to have a short stick defender on at least one of these midfielders. That's a lot of pressure on Busby and Hosiel. Ball is loose. Doshi tries to get it. They're going to say it's tipped off of McGill. Went off the stick of Harry Callahan. Sorry, Ryan Badur. Into the final minute of the half. Dong spins underneath the check. Back, it's knocked loose. Good job by Haziel. Oh, what a play there by Logan Glick on the run. Makes the pass ahead. Big collision. The ball is loose. Western gets it back with 30 seconds left. Steven Vanderzom into the offensive zone. Western can have the last opportunity here in the half. They'll take a timeout. Chris Standish will talk to his troops. 22 seconds to play. Now bear in mind, in the first quarter, Western did get 2 goals 20 seconds apart from Murphy and Hickey to wrap up that quarter. That was in the final 38 seconds of the quarter. So let's see if they can do something similar here in the first half. I'm sure one would be a good start for them. 4 p.m. today we have Guelph Griffins and Queens Gales in semifinal number 2. Queens in the semis for the first time since 2016 in Montreal. 2015 in Montreal, sorry. We have the Rookie All-Star game tonight at 8 p.m. That will be on live on Lacrosse TV tomorrow morning. The Sixes showcase at 10 a.m. on Kufla YouTube. Yeah, it was 2013, sorry. 11 years ago, the last time Queens was in the semifinals. They beat Western in the quarters to take that one. Then went on and Guelph knocked Bishops out. McGill eliminated Queens in the semifinals that year. Guelph beat Brock, and then Guelph took the second. That would have been their first, actually, of 3 straight championships. "12 seconds. Hickey flings it far side. Feed it back to him. He's on the run, passes it out top. Great chance for Brook to stop. And Walsh lands on top of the ball, flings it the length of the floor. It's going to wind the field. It's going to wind up being a pass all the way down to Stoltz, who throws it the length of the field again. And the action's fast and furious for the final few seconds. And we will go to the break with the score. McGill 7, Western 5 in semifinal number 1 of the 2024 Baggataway Cup on Lacrosse TV. Thanks for being with us. I'm Steven Stamp. We will be back in 10 minutes.
The sport of lacrosse is a very special game. It was a gift to us from the creator.
It's a game that's about respect, and mostly it's the medicine game.
We use this game for when there's hurt in the community and there's medicine needed.
Giving back to whoever's sick or whoever is needing it.
So when you have like your stick in your hands, you're there not to just play for yourself and make yourself look good. It's a game that you're supposed to play for those who can't anymore or for those who aren't here with us anymore.
I feel like it brings us all together, and it just creates this energy and this aura when we're playing that kind of just brings you together and like strengthens bonds and creates families.
Like when you step onto a field or you're just doing like wall ball or whatever it is with your stick, it kind of brings like more joy to your life.
Well, I can't really explain what it means to me fully, but it really is a medicine game.
The sport of lacrosse is so embedded in the Niagara region, so it was important to me that we honor lacrosse, especially on a day of truth and reconciliation. So what we're doing is spending the day learning about and honoring the sport of lacrosse.
The game is really important to Indigenous people across Canada. Lacrosse is what they call a medicine game, so it is used to honor those who came before us and play for those who can no longer play. So if you guys just come out with an open heart and just give it your all, I think that'd be really appreciated, and I hope you guys have some fun.
That was the right idea though. That was the right idea.
The game of lacrosse was given to the Haudenosaunee people from the creator as a gift.
First actual game dates back to what is essentially our creation story for us, between the creator and his brother. But then the first game that wasn't played by them was between animals, and it gave all the animals like different like abilities. So what they have, like you look at a deer, they're fast. You look at a bear, they're big and strong. Turtle, they can like handle anything really.
The wooden stick was used to represent like our connection to the earth and animals and life.
It's just a big difference in how the game has grown, switching from wooden sticks to like what we use is plastic and metal shafts, helmets, gloves. Because before it was just a wooden stick, and that was it, a wooden stick and a ball.
So much history has been lost in terms of just the way that, unfortunately, history has treated Indigenous individuals, especially in the Niagara region. It's important as we look to move forward together that we honor a sport that is continuing to grow. It's important to draw more light and awareness, bring more wants and desire to play the sport.
I think a lot of people's goals now is to grow the game and then share that game that they were gifted.
To us it's a gift, and we just want to gift that to whoever. Like going to high schools is for us a gift to them, because like I said, gift to us to gift to the world.
Where's your dad? Where is he lurking?
Personally, I've always been super connected to lacrosse. I've played many sports growing up, but I always just loved playing lacrosse. I've always felt that it's just something that I want to do forever.
Playing lacrosse allows me to play not only for myself, but for my community back home and for my ancestors.
It's a big thing, like it's always around us. You know, you drive on the reserve, you can drive by anybody's house or whatever. Half the time they'll probably have a lacrosse net. So we're basically surrounded by it.
Lacrosse at Brock has helped me to have a second family. Like, it's helped me at times to not be homesick, because I live 3.5 hours away from here. And so there's not always time to be able to go home to my community and be able to see my family. And during the season, I find that lacrosse really gives me the strength to continue through school. Whereas other times without lacrosse, it's been a challenge.
For the Brock community, it's mostly just trying to show, like, we're still here, we can play this game too. Especially as a First Nations member, you don't really see many here. And me personally, I just want to think, like, if a couple of us are here, soon it could be a lot of us here and we could all be playing.
The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a day to honor and respect the children and the survivors of those who didn't come home from the Indian residential school system in Canada.
It's really important because it acknowledges kind of that dark past that Canada does have and doesn't always necessarily like to talk about. It's important especially because it's a lot more recent than I think people realize.
They should also recognize that all Indigenous people have been affected by residential schools.
Where I lived most of my life on the reserve, you could drive to Brantford and there's a residential school still standing up. Just, you can walk in. Grandmother on my mom's side, she lived along the river on the far side of the reserve. Sometimes some kids are running along it, just trying to get away from that.
Like, my grandparents attended residential school, and there are a lot of survivors across Canada. And we should recognize their strength and the resilience they had, that they're still here. But also recognizing the people and the children that did not come home to their community.
And not only the children that didn't get to come home, but the generational trauma, I guess you could say, that it's now experienced. So, like, I don't know the language of my people. Like, my great grandma and like family before them didn't want to talk about it and like didn't really like talking about it because they wanted to hide that part of their identity so that they didn't have to kind of experience that part of it. So I think it's really important to talk about like how much culture and like identity was lost.
So I think it's really important for not only our Indigenous communities and people in the Niagara region and at Brock, but I think it's important for everyone to recognize the history behind how we got to be here as a country and the steps that we still need to take moving forward.
Welcome back to the 2024 Baggataway Cup. It is 7-5 for McGill over Western at halftime. What a battle. Remember, the final last year in the championship game was Western 7, McGill 4. So we've already got more scoring than happened a season ago. What a play there on the draw. You can see, just looking around everywhere was Aiden Colebrook. Found where he wanted to go, gets it ahead. Now penalty coming to McGill. Murphy's going to backpedal and say, hang on, let's get the full offense out set up. Hickey will go to De Silva to set things up. He takes a look at Booth. Opts to stay over on the far side of the field instead. Goes down to Murphy. Booth trying to slip in the back door. Murphy spins. There's a pass to Hickey. He is so dangerous. can't let him get the ball, but it's so hard to stop him from doing it. And Hickey once again with a big goal for the Mustangs. And he's just late in, just coming. Nobody picking Hickey up. You got to get out on him. Heads up play by Western to have Hickey delay a bit and then slide down. Colbrook again, the solid clamp, pops out, gets the ball to himself, stays up after fighting through the double team. He's going to push it. Murphy. Well, they were thinking there. You could see Vanderzom thinking about a shot. Murphy will backpedal way into the corner. Dong is going to find De Silva at the top. Hickey will be the last guy on the offensive zone. Doshi quickly down to Brook. Mason Doshi darting across the top. Dong looking like he might want to go underneath. Goes across the top and over to Hickey instead. Now Hickey's coming across the top. He'll rip one. That's well wide. It's close on the set on the backup, and it is going to be McGill. Great hustle by Joe Walsh, who has no problems leaving his net and evacuating the crease. Now he's directing traffic, telling everyone to clear out, and he'll make the pass ahead. Connects there with Hozil. Zach By will take it. McGill slowing things down a bit. Erbstein back up to By. Blodgett gets a little pick. The defender stick snaps, and then Blodgett adds salt to the wound by firing that one home. See Nazelski trying to check Blodgett. His shaft just snapped on, I was going to say in half, but it's actually more like in a quarter. And what a job by Blodgett. Eight to 6. McGill is pulled back ahead by a couple. Now alternating goals. We started out with runs. McGill with 3 goals to start the game. Western replied with 4, sandwiched around the intermission between the first and second quarter. Then McGill had 3 in a row, but since then, it was Blodgett that ended that run. Then De Silva for Western, Milicic for McGill, Hickey for Western, now Blodgett for McGill. Can McGill get another streak going, or will Western continue this run of alternating goals? It's going to be a ward-off on Western. First one we've seen called. We've seen a few, I would say, that probably rose at least close to the level of warding. McGill will take possession, and Zach By takes the pass from Bamford. Surveys the field. By trying to get around the defender. Watched closely by Vanderzom. You don't often want a short stick D-midi on someone like Zach By, but when it's Sam Vanderzom, you're probably feeling okay about it. Look at that work by Vanderzom. Pass out, doesn't connect. It does come to Blodgett. Rips one from close to where he scored last time, but it's up and over the net this time. Heads out of play. The backup will result in McGill getting possession. By coming out from behind. He's going to let a shot go. That one's saved by Stoltz. May have been headed over the top of the crossbar anyway, hard to say. Blodgett taking a really big role for the McGill offense in this as this game goes along. Fights to some open space. Nice slide defense though. So they get it off to By, and that one's stopped. By Stoltz, he'll hand it off, and here comes Vanderzom. Boy, Vanderzom is just everywhere for Western, and that's a great pass A little touch pass to Hickey. He's going to create a running chance and another goal. Credit to Hickey for a great finish, but tons of credit also to Sam Vanderzom on that lovely little pass. Vanderzom just fought off one check, and as the double team came, a big slide hit, but he got it perfectly to Hickey, and Hickey is just about an unstoppable force at this point. So Western replies. Boy, Hickey had 6 yesterday. That gives him 4 today. Reminds me to say that we will have the Kufla All Baggataway Cup team at the end of the tournament. I think Jacob Hickey might be part of that. Brooke gets it back over to Booth. Here's Dong trying to create something on the run. Great trail check. Really solid D there from Busby. Or sorry, that was Hosiel. Western retains possession though. Halfway through the 80-second shot clock. Driving to the net is Booth. We're gonna have a penalty. That will be Busby. He's gonna head off. Illegal push, and Western will have a chance to tie things up. And Hickey, who's been so dominant, comes onto the field. There's number 12 there, just jogging down wide to the far slot. Dong to De Silva. Now they get it to Hickey. He just steps back and rips, and the little tiny pass fake from Hickey. The McGill defenders both take a step back, and that's plenty of room for him to just rip this shot. Hickey's just almost toying with the McGill defenders on that one. He's got shooting space, but then they do start to come towards him, and that little pass fake just opens it up. Man, 5 today for Hickey, 11 for the tournament. We're tied at 8. McGill has to find an answer to Jacob Hickey. McDonald with another face-off violation. Colebrook will take the ball. You're gonna have to start back close to the center. So Murphy takes that past McGill, or Western completes their change. We're over 6 minutes into the third quarter. What a game. Hickey back-to-back, a minute 28 apart to tie this one up. He is up at the top of the formation. And it's hard to take your eyes off when he's out there. You got to be aware. He is just kind of clearing out a bit, and nobody's going with him. They're going to let him hang out on the far side. They hand it to Dong along these near sideline. Goshi lost his balance, but popped back up and takes this pass. Thought about a rip. Good job getting out on him, though, by Hosiel. Ball movement by the Mustangs. Dong trying to fight his way underneath. It's a shooting angle, but he was well guarded. And Joe Walsh hands the ball out. Quick little pass to Ryan Badur. Goes back to Walsh. Walsh is waving everyone down the floor, down the field. Nick Subary, the head coach from McGill, was also, he was hopping along the sideline, yelling the same thing: move up, clear some space and open a passing lane. And Walsh got it ahead to Hosiel. Now Zach Bai will just wait till the rest of the attack joins him. Here's Blodgett. That pass doesn't connect. You just feel the momentum. You can feel the confidence building for the Mustangs. A little questioning for McGill. Western wanted a call, and there's a pretty big swinging wrap check that appeared to catch the face mask. Oh, there is a flag on the field. All right. Way down by the McGill net. Oh, foot save by Walsh. Great positioning. Textbook. Keeping that foot there to make that stop. And Western all tied up with 6:40 to go here in the third. Going to get a chance to move ahead. A second penalty, and Busby's going to have to head off. It'll just be the 4 poles out there for McGill. Western, a glorious opportunity to get back into the lead. De Silva to Hickey. They keep it moving. We've got Dong on the near side. He'll get that pass. Hickey with space, but they get out to him. He lets it rip and misses. Barely had to say that all weekend. Hickey has been absolutely dialed in. Hard rip just wide of the net. Booth out to Dong. Another flag down. That rip off the crossbar. 1 penalty is released. 6-on-5, another save by Joe Walsh on the high to high or the mid to high, but that's going to be now the penalty coming to Logan Glick. It'll be 6-on-4 again. Busby had to race up over center to get a 4th pole out there. Running it was all Olivier Pomerleau. Dong down to Booth. He'll rip one. That's stopped by Walsh. Walsh has had to be sharp. That's Western starting to pepper the McGill net. Hickey fires one. Another save by Walsh. Really nice little pick there by Max Brook. Just allow his teammate Booth to go pick up that ball. He's got perfect position and held his ground. Behind the back pass. De Silva gets it back from Hickey. 1 penalty released. And another. McGill back to even strength. Hickey tries to dodge underneath. Pretty well repelled there by Pomerleau. Booth, he's covered there by Busby. Boy, when McGill's defense has a chance to man up, just get up on somebody, they're doing quite well. Though as I say that, Busby runs past his man, and that leads to a break and a goal for Jacob Hickey. Another sock trick from Jacob Hickey. Unbelievable. He has 4 in this third quarter alone. And McGill's going to take a timeout. Not surprising there. They are struggling to deal with Hickey and this Western Mustangs club. Hickey with 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter, and then again 4 here in the third quarter. All 4 of their goals in the period. We've got 4:14 to go, and it's a 9-8 lead. Western is back in front, having scored 3 straight and 4 of the last 5. Here we go with 4:14 to go in the third quarter. It's 9-8 Mustangs. Big battle again, and Colebrook pulls it out. Facing off against Luke Nickel, who's come in to take that draw. Sam McDonald has not been having much success today against Colebrook. But the Redbirds do come away with a chance to try and tie things up. Blythe's going to go for a trot, create some space, and give it over to Luke Dawick. Morelia leaves it there. Joshua Jewell waits and gets it across to Erbstein. Dawick takes the pass, lets one rip. Did that get through? It didn't. It goes off the leg of Stoltz, just on the outside of the post and onto the mesh, the back of the mesh. And here come the Mustangs. Mickey racing across center. He's so big and strong, and look at the wheels. Flips the pass, directs traffic over to Murphy, shoots. That one's stopped. Timely save for Joe Walsh, and the McGill Redbirds will head back into the offensive zone. One hop pass gets ahead to Hosiel. Maverick Hosiel hands it off. Dawick with lots of space in front of him, draws the defender, makes the pass. Gets away from By. Was very close to center. We're just about 4 or 5, I'm about 4 or 5 yards to the left of the center line, so it can be a little deceptive at times. But you can see on the camera right in front of you there that how close that one was getting. By. It's been so important for this club. He's trying to create something. Got to use his teammates. Penalty coming to Western. That is a high flag toss. Other officials are going to be very impressed with that. Erbstein rips one. Oh, he's way off target, but they will get the ball back, or the penalty will be adjudicated first. They would have had it anyway, so it will be McGill possession. The Eagle cross check is the call. Zach Bike's going to start with it. He's headed pointed over a bit closer to the corner. The rest of the O comes and joins him. Yet to By. Right in front to Bamford. He missed it and it goes, oh, just past the stick of Jewell. And Western's going to get it and sprinting forward with Ethan Gomes. Gomes will hand it off there. Vanderzon. McGill slowing things down. Still shorthanded. And the penalty's released. That's actually Vanderzon that had the penalty. It was Aiden McLaughlin with the nice play moments ago. It's quite a compliment actually when you mistake someone for Sam Vanderzon the way with the style you play. Tom takes it from De Silva, immediately back. Hard rip, that's off the target. Gets over to the boundary fence. Hickey's pass is grabbed by Dong. Not even sure it was intended for him. It looked like it might have been headed for Booth on the near side, or Max Brook on the near side. Gonna have a procedure call. And McGill will be given possession. They won't have time to do anything before the end of the quarter. And we will go to the break after 45 minutes with the Western Mustangs leading 9-8 over the McGill Redbirds. Make sure you join us for the final quarter of semifinal number 1 on Lacrosse TV. This is the Baggataway Cup 2024. 15 minutes to go in semifinal number 1 of the 2024 Baggataway Cup. McGill will start with possession. Trailing by 1, trying to get back into this. Again, not out of it, but just get back into a tie game. As Jacob Hickey has scored the last 3 goals of the game, the last 4 for Western to push them ahead. There's a big strip, but McGill does get it back. Blodgett jumps on that loose ball. Comes to Erbstein. On the run, he's going to get a good rip off. That one's wide. It's back up though, and Luke Dawick will go and grab the ball. Continues possession for McGill. Blodgett across the top. Really nice defensive positioning on that one by Chaz Leonard, number 2 for Western. He's back here on Blodgett again. Gives it to Erbstein. Erbstein double teamed. He's hung up. Can't get anywhere. Manages to fight his way back and just gooses it across. Dawick, good hustle to get in there before the defender can reach it. And Dawick will retain possession for McGill. Change of direction. Vanderzam all over him. Oh, great little spin by Dawick. Keeping Vanderzam on his back. He gets a chance to shoot, but it's turned aside. McGill is going to recover. Zach by with it. Looks like a fresh 80 seconds for McGill, as the Mustangs did possess that ball. Jewell on the drive. Stripped. Vanderzam again comes up with the ball. Wilson has that pass pop away from him, gets it back. We looked at Murphy, probably pretty advisable, but might have had a shooting lane. 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. Western clinging to this 1-goal lead. What a game. Guelph and Queens at 4 p.m., the second semifinal. Should be a good one too. Guelph certainly will be favored in that, but Queens looked awfully good yesterday when they took down the host Brock Badgers. Dong up to the top. De Silva will find Hickey. Immediately back. Silva driving through a couple of defenders, gets through, gets a shot off. And that one stopped by Walsh. Throws a lead pass up ahead to Hozil. Maverick Hozil, nice job avoiding the back check. Connor Murphy just stays onside. Fingers may have touched the back half of the field. McGill will go into the offense again. It's just rolled to the oncoming Moralia. John Moralia to the far side. Milicic left it there for Owen Howard. Now Milicic will go up to the top to Zach By. Milicic. Double team, great slide there. Ethan Gomes having a terrific game. And they get it cleared, getting the ball ahead to Hickey. Chris Dong has stood up and will slow things down a little bit. Doshi with the ball behind the net. Mason Doshi passes it off to Hickey. Drives to the net, no goal. He stepped in the crease. There was a little hesitation defensively there by John Moralia. And then you could almost see he was thinking, wait, that's Jacob Hickey, I better get out on him. Hickey managed to get through the check, but stepped onto the crease line. Wilson comes away with the ball, and timeout Western. Oh, no, sorry, we're gonna have a penalty. It's gonna be Connor Murphy offside. Behind the play, comes over center, and McGill will have a chance to try and even things up. Nice play, Zach by. They give it to him and just let him do it on his own. Couple of solid fakes, and just like that, the power play goal, seconds into their man advantage, and McGill is saying, let's keep this rolling as their offense gathers. 9-9, thrilling semifinal action here at Baggataway Cup 2024. Colebrook and McDonald lining up. Actually, is that nickel? Can't see whether it's 15 or 16 right now. So McGill face-off guys punched over for the draw. Yeah, it is nickel. That makes sense. He'd come in as Colebrook had been dominating and continues to do so. Great trail check, though. What a job by Lorenzo Costello. Big hit on the ride. Colebrook will get it back. He's at center, though. Stepped over. Wait. Did they get the timeout? No, they did not get the timeout. Colebrook's toes just on the line, over the line. Western just running their fifth defender out. They're still shorthanded. Jewell gets it back, had to reach for that pass. Still on the ground, and eventually they come away with it. Mark Simon moves it on immediately. Logic keeps it moving to Bamford, who comes to by, moves it immediately on as well. Oh, just a 5-hole shot by Jewell. Joshua Jewell. McGill, pretty good ball movement leading up to this, but winds up being nothing too fancy at the end. They just give it to Jewell. He's got some space and he rips a 5-hole shot to push the Redbirds back on top with 8:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Baggataway Cup 2024. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us here on Lacrosse TV. Colebrook, a good clamp, pops it up, trying to grab it himself. Oh, nice trail check though. Ball was in the stick of Ethan Milroy. That was Norris, just swatted it free. He's back on the ground though. Gomes with the outlet pass. Milroy got it ahead to Brook, and Western's going to set up in the offensive zone with 8.5 to go. What a back and forth game. Two very evenly matched teams. This man, Jacob Hickey, has been such a difference maker. 6 goals today after a half dozen also yesterday. He'll come to Hickey now. Dong likes his shooting lane. That one's stopped by Walsh. Goes back into the football end zone. Silva turned aside by Hosiel. Hickey surveying. It's Brook behind the net. Quickly to Murphy, who scores. Catch and release. Then the celly from the knees. Murphy just, you see, he just kind of heads across the top of the slot. 3 McGill defenders were around him, but none of them stayed with him as the pass came. And it's 10-10, halfway through the fourth quarter. What a game. Colebrook fighting through it, comes away with the ball for a moment. That big swing kind of brought it out. The Western ball. He had it to De Silva to try and start right away. There's no lane, so he's going to slow it down and patiently wait for the rest of the crew to come as we approach 7 minutes to go in semifinal number 1. De Silva takes it from Gone. The Mustangs fans are getting fired up in the crowd, trying to generate some buzz in an 11th goal to put the Mustangs up top. Murphy well covered. De Silva as well. Dong back up to De Silva. Gets by him. It's going to roll out close to center. And it will be... That's an over and back. Ozil left it there, and here's Zach by. Here's a chance, another save by Stoltz. Manages the rebound and gets it out to Hickey. He's on the run. That shot's wide, Murphy to back it up. Murphy taking his time as they make their changes, the Mustangs. Hoping it will be their turn to push back ahead. Murphy looking to get it back. They're going to rotate the entire way around instead. Get it to De Silva. Now Murphy has it, goes behind the net. Brooke. De Silva looked like he was going to let one rip. Gets it back. Murphy falls. Ball pops loose. Dong comes away with it though. Dong will retreat and create some space and safety. And then Murphy rips a skipper. Stopped there by Joe Walsh. Handed off to Busby. 4.5 to go. Tied at 10-10. Busby circles out of the offensive zone, heads towards center and just leaves it there for Owen Howard, who gets it to Zach By. He's got 4 today for the Redbirds. Left it for Jewel. They weren't fooled by the attempt of the hidden ball trick. Jewel. Raglia with the shot. Bamford backing up. He'll get possession. Bamford drives through one check, sets up by. It is a goal. You see the officials consulting, making sure everything was clear, and the Redbirds go back in front on the 5th by Zach By. By doing everything he can to make sure he will not have to play in the rookie game. Obviously, it'd be fun to play him, but they would much rather be in the championship tomorrow against the winner of Guelph and Queens to come. And that is a lovely finish after a really nice little touch pass by Bamford. Colebrook with a clamp, looking. The ball is indicated it's going to be Western possession. Both teams were trying to pick it up because there had been no indication yet which way it was going. It will be awarded to Western, and they're going to try to get even once again. McGill now, a bit of a roll, 3 of the last 4 goals. First and last of that group by Zach By. Western wants to even it up. That one was blocked on the way, got out into the end zone, and Hickey will come away with it. 250. Hickey gets underneath, shot scores! Unbelievable, Jacob Hickey. He is just making it so difficult for the Redbirds to pull away. Hickey started the repossession on the backup on his own. One quick pass to Silva. Gets underneath and just floats one into the top corner there. It's 11-11. McDonald and Colebrook again at the dot. Colebrook has been winning just about every clamp. He gets another one and picks it up to himself. It's a great pop and then hands it off to Vanderzam. You have to be aware of the forecheck, and then great strip. All kinds of pressure from Costello, but it does roll to Wilson. And Western's going to be able to clear the zone. We're tied 11-11. That pass gets away. Murphy tried to get it. Wilson ran over him. Wilson gets it, and we're going to have a timeout. And you know that the timeouts are called over at the officials' tent by talking to the fourth official over there. And I'm sure Western was saying, timeout if we get it, timeout if we get it. 2:15 to play, 11-11 the score. Western possession, tie game, 11-11 and 2:15 to play. It is all coming down to the wire in semifinal number 1 of the 2024 Baggataway Cup. De Silva will start with possession. De Silva with it again. Jacob Hickey. We didn't think he could top the 6 goals and assists he had yesterday. He's got 7 and 1. There's Hickey, approaching the final 90 seconds. Western being very patient. De Silva to Dong. Brooke with a hard shot, that one's saved. Big one by Walsh. And here's Busby on the run, heads for the sideline, doesn't like the angle he's got. He'll go back to Walsh. Western was all kinds of pressure on the ride. We got 20 seconds to get across center. I think he's going. Walsh is going to run over. And he'll take a timeout. So McGill now, it's their turn for a timeout with 1:08 to play. What a game. So Western will try to defend. McGill will see what they can do to generate this. Heads up play by Walsh, just sprint up over center. Sure, he was pretty confident they were going to get the timeout. They did, and the Redbirds have a chance. Try to get the go-ahead goal, what they hope will be the winning goal, but there are still plenty of ticks left on this clock. For the Redbirds, 5 goals by Zach By, number 2, obviously a big threat. A couple from Torsten Blodgett, number 26. The one each for Liam Milicic, Jack Bamford, Joshua Jewell. Big story on the other side, of course, is Jacob Hickey with his 7 goals and an assist. Singles to De Silva, Colebrook. A pair to Connor Murphy. It's 11-11. Looks like McGill is going to wait for the last shot. They can do that. It's an 80-second shot clock. I would think we can't see the shot clock because it's just under the camera, though, enough across the field not operating. But I would think they have time. If not, it's at least very close. So Bai's just going to stand back near the football 50-yard line. So much potential energy developing. 30 seconds in the game clock. You can see Bai took a look at the shot clock. He falls, hangs onto the ball, and gets back up. My goodness, that was a tense moment for the Redbirds. Solid defense, but the Mustangs just couldn't get the ball loose. You get it down to Bamford. He's one-on-one with Vanderzam. Feeds it across, can't connect. Racing after, oh, we've got a shot clock expires. So with 5 seconds left, they ran out of time. It's going to be a chance, but it will not go the long shot, and we are going to overtime. All right, so we are having a coin toss out at midfield because of the sun potentially coming into play. It does matter which end of the field you're at. We don't just switch or stay. There will be a coin toss. The team that wins the toss will get to pick the end. We'll have 4 minutes up on the clock. It will be sudden death, overtime, no timeouts for either team. They'll just play. Final score will be 12-11. The only question, who will advance to the Baggataway Cup Championship? Sam McDonald returns to the face-off dot for McGill. You gotta think it'll be Colebrook for Western. It is. Colebrook has dominated the dot. Can McDonald turn the tables and get McGill what could be a precious possession? They'll be going left to right. Western going right to left. Oh, another clamp by Colebrook, and gets it to himself. Has it pop out. That face-off stick is great for winning draws, not necessarily the best for controlling the ball afterwards, but he does manage to hang on. Wilson lobs it ahead, gets it to Gomes. Here's Doshi, Mason Doshi. McGill with all kinds of pressure. Hickey at the top. He's got 7. Can he get one more? Does he have it in him? Dong rips. Save. Big one by Walsh. It goes straight to Connor Murphy, though. Fresh 60. On the reset of the shot clock. Here's Hickey. Hickey spins. The pass, it was tipped. I believe that, yeah, that went off the defender for sure. The stick of Ryan Badour getting onto it. Shot clock's not reset, but Western retains possession. Here's Dong. Up to Hickey, trying to create some space at the top. De Silva had to go and get that one. Back to Dong and to Hickey for this three-headed monster that is the Western midfield. He's controlling the ball up the top. Now Brook there, but they go back door to Dong. He drives underneath, misses the net on the far side. Oh, we're going to say crease violation. Stepping in the crease after the shot, and McGill will get the ball. They're going to have at least one chance. Pole to pole. As they get it up to Preston Norris, he will leave it there for Bamford. Jack Bamford waiting for the possession, for the exchange, the change to complete. We'll get their substitutes on. Lobbed over to Blodgett. Foot drag. Gosh, as he heads forward, goes to Zach By and deep in the end zone, or deep behind the net at X. Here's Jewell. Blodgett. Looked like he was going to pass, holds on to it. At X to By, who had to reach out a little bit for that one. Next was Jewell. Bamford, that shot's blocked. He's going to get out of play. Okay, they are saying, yeah, it was a shot for sure. So nice hustle by to get over there and win the backup for McGill. Owen Howard. It's a pick from Howard. Runs off the other side of it. Vanderzam down, quickly back up and back on to By. Double team help comes, and we have turnover of possession. Might have been just a shot clock. Again, we can't see it from here. Western still working on the clear, and they wisely just give it to Vanderzam and let him run ahead. Oh, a chance for De Silva. That's blocked. None of them can pick it up. It's goosed ahead. As Busby didn't have his stick to pick it up, so he had to just tap it once he picked it up. Goes back to Western. They retain possession. Shot clock keeps ticking. 38 to go here in overtime, the first overtime. Who knows how many we'll play. Maybe this will be the only one. Western taking their time, maybe waiting for a last shot. We'll see. Might figure they want to have the only opportunity. Not give McGill a chance. No, they're gonna start to move forward. 17 on the clock. There's a chance. That one's wide. Backed up by De Silva. Western will retain possession as De Silva picks it up. Officials timeout. And away we go. 14 seconds. Hickey with a short pole defender. Passes it off. That rips wide. It's back up again, though, as Brook, the first one there. Max Brook starts with it. The pass out to Hickey. Big pile of bodies, and McGill will have possession as the buzzer goes to end the first overtime. We'll take a 2-minute break. Switch ends. and go for another 4 minutes on the clock. Still no timeouts. McGill and Western still deadlocked at 11. Another overtime period. They have changed ends. Now the McGill goalie, Joe Walsh, has to look into that sun as he's scanning forward to see where shots might be coming from. Colebrook, McDonald. Colebrook, another win. He's driving down. Did he do it himself? Save, Walsh. Didn't have any trouble with the sun on that one. Nice stop by Joe Walsh. Nerves of steel. Thought about the outlet pass there to Hozil, but Hozil kind of turned his head and Walsh just pulls it down at the last moment. There are no timeouts, so Walsh can't just run over and take a timeout. He's going to flip it ahead. Now he's got to get back because the defender has that ball. It's knocked loose. Oh, great forecheck, a ride pressure there by Preston Norris to knock that one loose, because otherwise there might have been a race with a Western player trying to get down and get a shot before Walsh was all the way back to his net. So again, no timeouts in overtime, which makes a huge difference. As we saw in the fourth quarter there, where Walsh sprinted over center. Moralia will hand it off to Bai. McGill center play, they're isolating for Bai. Everyone else clears out, and then they go behind the net. Rotate, come across. Stepping, losing his balance, but getting the shot off after he recovers was Moralia. That's wide, and Bai will pick one up with his hand and actually drop it into the head of his stick. Bai from behind the net. Watched by Jazelski. Comes out, shoots, that one's blocked. Trying to tuck it home was Jewell. It's snagged there. Stoltz gets it across to Gomes. His pass is going to be turned over, though. Grabbed there by Glick. McGill's going to get another chance here. We're almost halfway through the second overtime period. Again, sudden death. Whoever scores this wins the game and goes to the Baggataway Cup final. Couldn't be much more dramatic. Bai, up to Jewell. Jewell trying to fight by the defender, shoots, it's on the backside of the net, no goal. A few groans from the McGill fans who were hoping, thinking with their hearts maybe that was inside the post. It was not, it was on the outside. Never a question. Here's Vanderzam. How fitting would he be as the goal scorer, but he gets it ahead, tries to get to Hickey, and it's turned over again. Can't ask for much more if you're Western than Vanderzam and Hickey if you're trying to connect, but just pressure from the Redbirds causes that turnover, and McGill's got it again. Minute 25. in the period. They can't wait for a last shot. Again, it's overtime. You don't really need to, but if you do wait for a last shot, it means you're the only ones who can get an opportunity at the net. But they will go now by. Across to Howard. He's coming with some speed. Tries to get a pass through. Does to Bamford. Shoots. That one's blocked out front by the defender. Rolls to Stoltz. Oh, and Bamford is down. Officials call timeout, and the McGill training staff, all three of them racing out together to check on him. So exactly 1 minute to go in this second overtime period. Guelph and Queens is going to have a hard time living up to this one after a fantastic performance by these two teams. Back and forth and back and forth. Started off with 3 straight goals by McGill. Zach By, then Luke Dawick, then By again. Connor Murphy and Jacob Hickey score for Western before the end of the first quarter. Then Hickey, then Colebrook. Puts Western ahead for the first time. Bamford, By, Blodgett. All in a row. Put McGill back on top as Bamford has to be helped off. De Silva gets one back for Western. Then Milicic ends the first half with a goal for McGill. And we went to the break with a 7-5 lead for the Redbirds. Okay, we're gonna be back underway. Bamford is helped to the bench. Hopefully he'll be okay. He is just over on all fours on the far side of the bench there. The training staff around. He's now going to have a seat. He is clearly not very comfortable. Trying to sort something out. Great hustle by Hickey. He runs it up cleanly into the offensive zone. 48 seconds left. Western's second game in 2 days. McGill, their first game of the tournament. One will advance to the gold medal game tomorrow. We might know in the next 30 seconds. Western taking their time. Ball in the stick of De Silva up at the top. Again, the potential energy. You feel the tension building. De Silva goes. Brooke. They come out to Hickey. Oh, the space opens up for him to shoot, but they close it quickly. It's going to be Brooke with a shot. That one's stopped by Walsh. 2 seconds left. He will wing it the length of the field, and we're going to switch ends again. We'll have 2 minutes, and then we're back for more overtime. Somebody's going to end it, and it is going to be thrilling for whoever does and crushing for the losing team. But there are no losers today. Just one of these teams will advance to the gold medal game. We'll take a quick break here from the Baggataway Cup on Lacrosse TV and be back in 2 minutes. We haven't had a goal since Jacob Hickey tied it up 11-11 with 2:42 to play in the fourth quarter. We've gone through 8 minutes of sudden death overtime, and it's going to be possession McGill. What a battle by Sam McDonald. And Norris will run it up into the offensive zone, hand it off to Dawick, and McGill will get their forwards their attack out onto the field. They roll it back to Joshua Jewell. Blodgett over to Moralia. Back to him. That by is in the high slot and being watched carefully by Nizelski. They'll come to buy up at the top after he'd come out very high. He's on the run. Nizelski just all over Moralia with the shot. And that was a riser, which could have been tricking the sun, but it was taken handily by Stoltz. Here's a drive. They've got Hickey in the slot. They come to Brooke, who'll rip one. That's off the post. That's going to be McGill possession as it popped all the way out by the McGill bench. And Busby was right there. A fortunate bounce for the Redbirds. Can they take advantage? Dawick to Bai. Dawick will head over towards the middle as Bai retreats near the football goal line. While they continue their changes, Owen Howard's the sixth guy to come out in this offensive set. Bai spins. Nizelski on him. Back to Bai. Bai sidearm pass. Blodgett shoots, it's blocked. Good job, Nizelski. He's having quite a game, Kaz Nizelski. Go to Dawick at X. Under 2 minutes to go in this third overtime. Dawick, good effort, but that one's off target. McGill will get the backup. Here's Bai initiating from way up high. Switches to left, he shoots, that one's wide. Dawick's the closest to the sideline. He'll get another backup for McGill. Not sure how long is left on the shot clock. It would appear not long because they're trying to rush one. Oh, they get the pass out, and Bai almost tennis racketed that into the net. Yet Nizelski all over him, and Bai somehow still got his stick on it. Again, no timeouts in overtime, which means we just keep going. Big pressure from Busby. The double team comes, but De Silva is able to get through it. De Silva escapes the pressure, sets it up over to Dong. We go back to De Silva. De Silva gets it from Hickey. All kinds of purple in the slot there as they go behind the net. Brooke. Brooke has it back, goes to Murphy. They get way out on Hickey, as well they should, and that's saved. Handled by Joe Walsh. Final 38 of the third overtime. McGill's got to get over center. And they're going to force a pass. That's a loose ball push. Chris Dong looking surprised, but seemed a fairly clear push on the back on that loose ball. Here's Dawick. 23 left in this third overtime. Dawick, pass. Big collision. 3 players are down, 2 Mustangs and a Redbird. And Hickey is staying down. He's got his helmet off. He's looking shaken up. And Wilson will run over, well, limp run over to see if Hickey's okay, because they collided. Hickey actually tripped over, or Wilson tripped over Hickey. They're going to help Hickey up. Well, can't even express how big of a loss that would be if Hickey's unable to continue. Having gone down and stayed down, he has to leave the field, at least for now. 13 seconds in the third overtime. McGill with possession. They start with Zach Bai behind the net. Dawick just got that one. They've got 5 to shoot. Behind the back attempt, Jewel well off the mark. 2 seconds left. Where, of course, it's stop time here in overtime. They get the pass out. That's going to roll right over to us, come right under our table. I kick that one over to one of the photographers. You can go ahead and check that right on the field because time has stopped for 2 minutes, and then we will go to quadruple overtime. Jack Bamford is limping out onto the field to see his cohort in the McGill Whites. We'll see if Hickey is back and how Wilson is moving. It has been a battle today. 22 goals through 60 minutes of play, 0 goals through 12 minutes of overtime. We'll be back on Lacrosse TV. Colebrook and McDonald again at the dot. We're heading to overtime again. 11-11 through 72 minutes of play. Wow. McDonald really leaning into this one. Sam McDonald battling Aiden Colebrook. 15 seconds in by the time it pops out and it's grabbed by Vanderzom. Now the big question, does Hickey come out onto the field for Western? Is he okay after having gone down and needing to be helped up? This is Murphy over to De Silva. No Hickey for Western. We've got Doshi behind the net. This is Booth, gets it back. De Silva had a momentary shooting lane, another one, but McGill just closing those off just at the right times. Hard shot by Doshi, that one gets wide. Booth. Didn't even look like he's considering shooting. He's just wondering who he should feed to. Now he'll shoot. That one's stopped by Joe Walsh. Lobs it ahead, one hop and running onto it. Oh, it just gets away. That's going to be a push on the back. As Hozil was knocked down. Now it's McGill's turn to have a go at trying to end this. Blodgett up to Zach By. That's 5 goals in the game. Blodgett spins away from a check. Dawick to Howard. There's By. Way out on him is Ethan Milroy. Spins. Oh, Dong's stick is snapped in half, so it's 6-on-5 for McGill. Zach By with the shot. The jumper was wide. It's going to be tracked down there by Mark Simon. McGill maintains possession. Simon. That pass is knocked down. It's going to be Vanderzom coming away with it. Immediate pressure from Jewel. Vanderzom, great job protecting from one check, runs through another check, and Vanderzom into the offensive zone. Mason Doshi across to the far side. Hickey is on the field. Number 12 in purple on the near side of their offensive formation. He'll get this pass. Seems to be moving pretty well. De Silva, so dangerous from the top. Great job by Hosiel. Back to De Silva, and Hickey takes that low pass. Murphy had a look at the net. Hickey, backdoor attempt. Gets it over there to Brooke, who just misses. It's going to be Western possession. Murphy has it. 34 left in this fourth overtime. Pace of play slowing a bit. You can hardly blame them as we now approach 76 minutes. Especially Western playing their second game in 2 days. Can De Silva end it with a dozen seconds on the clock? Good D again by McGill. He does fight his way around, gets to X. Looking, nobody's there. He's gonna run out top, try a shot, scores! Chris De Silva, the low-to-low with 2 seconds on the clock in the fourth overtime. What a finish for De Silva. And he will run over to the purple-clad fans who are fired up about this huge Western Mustangs win. 12-11, they advance to try to defend their Baggataway Cup title that they won last year at Trent. And McGill, they will console each other. What a game. I hope they hold their heads high because they played a great lacrosse game. My goodness. We will have the player of the game presentations. I mean, Jacob Hickey had 7 goals for Western, but Silva gets that game winner. What a game here at the Baggataway Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp, and that was one of the more exciting games you will see. McGill kind of in disbelief that that's the way it went down for them. The teams will gather and shake hands. We'll have the player of the game presentations. Queens players already making their way onto the field to our right, down behind the McGill net. Guelph will be on our left, what is currently Western's side of the field. Next game will start, I believe will start in an hour, so we'll probably go at 4:10, scheduled at 4. I believe they're gonna give them the full hour warm-up. Chris De Silva, what a goal to finish it off. I'm still just mesmerized thinking about what happened there. Such a great job to fight through the traffic. Knows he doesn't have a lot of time to get a shot off. Rips one as he falls. The ball enters the net as De Silva lands on the turf. We'll have the player of the game presentations. So the teams have headed over to their benches. Now Western is coming back out. Actually, we might not. We might be foregoing some of the festivities. Oh no, they are trying to get them out. They are bringing McGill out onto the onto the 40-yard line. Good show of sportsmanship by McGill. It's so hard for them. You can see Luke Dawick is number 11. He is out hugging Max Murdoch, one of the coaches now, who's a longtime member of this McGill club. Western is on their 45-yard line. McGill comes to their 45.
Serious?
Philosophical considerations for the Western player of the game. To give it to the same guy 2 games in a row? I don't know. Tom Bolesky will present this Player of the Game award, presented by ILA. And important is Joe Walsh, the goaltender for McGill. Stay tuned, we will have a quick interview post-game. And then we're all getting ready for the second semifinal. What a benchmark this game has set to try to live up to. They go with both the goalies. They opt for Fisher Stoltz. Neither goalie gave up any. Stoltz or De Silva. I asked for De Silva. I thought they were going to recognize these exceptional athletes. Let's give them all one more round of applause. Fisher Stoltz making his way over here. We'll see what he's got left in the tank to talk. After quite a battle, having a chat with Deputy Commissioner Tom Bolesky. Thank you. All right, we'll get the headset to Fisher. There you go. You got to put this on. That's okay. You're getting your crash course in media training right now. There you go. Just don't pull the cord off the. We're gonna look over here at the video camera. Excellent. So congratulations.
Thank you.
What a game. What is the feeling like as that just goes on and on through 4 overtimes?
Oh my God. It's just relief. Like our whole team, our whole bench, like we were nervous. We were nervous from the start. It was a close game, and I mean, like it was 11-11 game. Like I thought it would be over in the first overtime, and no, like both defenses just played great. And I mean, I'm happy we came out on top in the fourth overtime.
Overtime, yeah. 8th quarter, I guess, technically.
8th quarter.
The goal by Chris De Silva, what a beauty. I mean, Hickey has been so instrumental with 13 goals in 2 games, but De Silva is always a driving force for this team.
De Silva's great in practice. He's a great guy, always like pushing the boys to be better. He's fast, he's determined, and I mean, I knew it'd be him, honestly. He's wanted one all weekend. He's been pushing for the goals, and he wants it more than anyone else, and I'm glad it was him.
Do you remember that goal he scored last year? The end-to-end rush?
Oh yeah, it's probably on his Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Yeah, no, everyone remembers that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great goal.
So you guys have had 2 games in 2 days. Now you have to prepare for another game tomorrow. What's the process to move on from this, celebrate for a few minutes, and then get ready for the winner of Guelph Queens?
Yeah, just go back, have a good meal, rest up, watch some film, and just play how we did today. I mean, nothing we need to change, just we need to trust our guys and just play with some heart, and I think we'll get the job done.
One last question. Michael Orlando has been such a terrific keeper for this team. He graduates, becomes the goaltending coach. What's he meant to you guys this season?
Oh, he's great. He's a great leader. He was a great leader last year. He taught me a lot of things, and it's really nice of him to be out here supporting the team. And I learned a lot from him last year. I'm still learning things from him this year. And he just keeps me motivated, keeps my head up, and he's just a great teammate, great guy. Congratulations. We are wrapping up this game. The Guelph Griffins coming onto the field for the second semifinal coming in an hour here on Lacrosse TV. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. We'll see you for that one.